Hello and welcome to In Depth. I am Tina Jha. The National Stock Exchange of India Limited is the leading stock exchange in India. From January to June 2018, it was even found to be the second largest in the world in terms of number of trades in equity shares. NSE describes itself as a pioneer in technology, ensuring reliability of its systems through innovation and investment in technology. Now, these very features have been called into question by market regulator SEBI, that has found that NSE failed to ensure equal access for all brokers to NSE's network servers. This preferential treatment allowed a select few brokers to make an unfair profit. The SEBI's findings are a result of an investigation for over 3 years into allegations that NSE officials provided high-frequency traders unfair access through co-location servers that speeded up algorithmic trading. So as a consequence, SEBI imposed one of the largest fines on NSE on Tuesday and ordered it to pay within 45 days about 625 crore rupees, profits that NSE made from its co-location operations. It further said NSE cannot access capital markets for up to 6 months. Today in Depth, we consider the issues involved in the case. What exactly is co-location and how does it give brokers an unfair advantage in trade? And what is the implication of the penalty imposed on NSE? So, Stock Market Regulator, Securities and Exchange Board of India on 30th April ordered the National Stock Exchange of India Limited to disgorge 1,000 crore rupees with 12% per annum interest for having violated stock exchanges and clearing corporation regulations. Here's a detailed report on everything that you need to know about the case.
The Securities and Exchange Board of India or SEBI on Tuesday found the National Stock Exchange guilty in a co-location case. SEBI passed 5 separate orders against the NSE running into 400 pages.
The fine that has been imposed is about something like 684 crores or something. Along with the interest liabilities of 51 crores or something, it will come to around 700 plus crores on the National Stock Exchange. But the brokers have been, around 400 crores. So when you say about 1100 crores, it's all put together. The National Stock Exchange and also the brokers.
Directing the NSE to give up profits worth 625 crore rupees along with 12% interest per year from April 1st, 2014. The NSE was further barred from accessing the securities market directly or indirectly for 6 months. NSE Managing Directors Ravi Narayan and Chitra Ramkrishna were prohibited from associating with any listed company for 5 years. Narayan was directed to disgorge or return 25% of his salary drawn during 2011 and 2013. Chitra Ramkrishna was told to repay 25% salary drawn between 2013-14 financial year. SEBI said that the amount must be deposited in the Investor Protection and Education Fund within 45 days by demand draft. The regulator also directed action against at least 5 other officials of the exchange. They include Ravi Varanasi, Head of Business Development Function at the NSE, was barred for 2 years for holding any position with any stock exchange. NSE Assistant Vice President Suprabhat Lala got a 2-year ban from holding any position or be associated with any stock exchange, clearing corporation, depository or any intermediary registered with SEBI. A 3-year ban imposed on Subramanian Anand, Group Operating Officer and Advisor to the MD of NSE, from indulging in similar activities. Nagendra Kumar, Head of the Membership Department, and Devi Prasad Singh, Head of Colo Support of the NSE, was slapped a 2-year ban each from being associated with market intermediaries. The NSE co-location facility allows stockbrokers to place their servers at the exchange's data center in order to gain faster access to stock prices.
The the SEBI order says that the National Stock Exchange cannot access the market along with some of the brokers for next 6 months. It means that the National Stock Exchange, which was trying to sell its equity to some of the domestic and foreign equity players, cannot do it for the next 6 months. In this sense, that National Stock Exchange cannot sell its shares in the market.
The co-location scandal, or the reason why SEBI has come into it, strikes at the very heart of free market and fair trading, which is the basis of share market trading.
In other directions, SEBI asked the NSE to review all third-party agreements having a data sharing component signed by it from 2009 onwards. It has asked the exchange to take necessary legal actions against the parties where violations of provisions of the pacts are observed. The watchdog also asked the NSE to carry out system audit at frequent intervals after thorough appraisal of the technological changes introduced from time to time. The NSE has been directed to reconstitute its Standing Committee on Technology at regular intervals to take stock of technological issues. The committee has been told to frame a clear policy on administering whistleblower complaints. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
The Securities and Exchange Board of India has barred the National Stock Exchange from the securities market for 6 months in the co-location case. Many business publications spoke to Vikram Limai, MD and CEO of NSE, who said that SEBI's order will not affect the functioning of the market and there will be no disruption for investors. Here is a detailed report.
SEBI has imposed a 6-month ban on the trade of derivative products by the NSE in the co-location case. Notably, SEBI has directed the leading stock exchange not to introduce any new derivative product for the next 6 months, while at the same time it barred the boards from accessing primary markets in that period. This is expected to delay the National Stock Exchange's initial public offering.
The implication is that preferential treatment of some brokers has led to manipulation of the market. It has led to speculation in the market. It has led to profiteering in the market. And that means if someone is profiteering, that means a small investor like you and me, if we are playing in the stock market or investing in the stock market, we are going to lose somewhere. So the losses that have been posted by many of the small investors is equivalent to the profiteering that has been done by a set of brokers and greedy officials in the NSE, including the chief executive and the vice chairperson. 2 successive chief executives and vice chairpersons have done this.
NSE MD and CEO Vikram Limai has, however, told many business publications that the SEBI's order will have no implications on the functioning of NSE as a critical market infrastructure institute. He also reassured investors that the Indian markets are markets trusted by the global investing community, adding that the markets will function normally like they had been doing in the past. Responding to the SEBI order, Limai also said they are exploring all legal options on employee-related matters.
So you can see that this actually strikes at the very root of fair market dealing. Earlier on, people used to think of a share market scam as something, 2 traders cornering shares at, going to a corner, whispering to each other. Those sort of things don't happen anymore. Today, it's the computers which practically whisper to each other. And in that sort of a situation, the damage that can be done is much more intense, because the volume of trade that happens at a fraction of a second of the speed of light, and that is really the speed at which it's moving, is enormous. Millions of rupees can be lost and gained.
Explaining the impact about the order on accessing primary markets, he said that the immediate interpretation of the order could be that if NSE had any plans to go public or raise money, that cannot be done for 6 months. The order makes it clear that the NSE can't access the public market for 6 months. Limai also clarified that with regard to derivatives, the order refers to new products, so it will not have any impact on existing products. In addition to barring NSE from the securities market for 6 months in the co-location case, SEBI also directed NSE to audit its system at frequent intervals. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Time for a short break on the program. We'll be right back. Do stay with us. Welcome back after the break. You're watching In Depth. So in order to understand the issues related to the NSE SEBI case, it is important to know about certain technical terms that are used in the stock markets. So in our next report, let's talk about co-location and unfair trade.
The NSE involves many terms unfamiliar to people who are not associated with the market. The case is connected to co-location. That refers to brokers being allowed to keep their servers closest to the main server upon payment of additional fees. It helps brokers secure advantage over others due to proximity to exchange servers. Orders reach exchange servers faster than those who have not availed of the facility.
Yeah, the scam is not because all the servers were in one place, but there were certain systems or servers of NSE which were used for backing up of data, backup and storage of data. These servers were given access to only particular brokers who were getting one-up treatment, so that they can do faster trading, get a head start over the other regular brokers and make more money. A lot of profiteering has happened because of your preferential access to the backup servers of the National Stock Exchange, and where a few brokers, in connivance with some of the officials in the NSE, including the chief executive and the vice chairperson, have done this entire thing.
In this regard, SEBI has found OPG Securities, GKN Securities and Way2Wealth along with internet service provider Sampark Infotainment guilty of unfair trading practices. These brokerages continuously got first access to NSE servers. It is also important to understand that how OPG and others pulled this off. OPG got access to the NSE's backup servers that were maintained by the exchange to prevent technical glitches on the main server from impacting operations. Traffic is either light or non-existent on these servers as they are for backup only. On normal days, even when the main server is working, anyone logging in through backup servers can send and receive data faster. According to SEBI, OPG and others exploited this to their advantage. SEBI determined that NSE broke rules by allowing OPG and others access to backup servers and giving them first access that helped them in execute orders fast. NSE also overlooked the fact that Sampark Infotainment did not have a valid Department of Telecom license to provide dark fiber connectivity to some brokers. Along with brokers, SEBI also charged several NSE top officials of colluding with brokers. In its report, SEBI clearly said that key functionaries did not follow appropriate protocols. NSE was fined 687 crore rupees plus interest for the offence. Another term that has come is dark fiber connectivity, which is a connection through dark fiber. This ensures more bandwidth and less distortion of data, meaning faster and efficient access to the exchange's servers.
In this case, the preferential treatment has been given to some brokers by using a software called the TBT software, which is supposed to be illegal, unauthorized, and which gives faster access to say about half a dozen brokers. These half a dozen brokers get price sensitive information much earlier than many of the others. Because of the price sensitive information that you have, Then you decide which stock can be bought, which can be sold, or which can be dumped, which can be hoarded very quickly. Even every second in stock trading is very important.
With SEBI ordering NSE to disgorge or repay 1,000 crore rupees, NSE will have to pay 687 crore rupees and it can't access capital markets for 6 months. Its IPO will be delayed till the year end, but that is unlikely to affect NSE or its valuation. NSE also have enough reserves to pay this fine and remain functional. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Market regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India has initiated enforcement action against various entities in the National Stock Exchange co-location case. The watchdog has been probing a case against the NSE's co-location facility since the year 2015. So in our next report, let's take a look at how the case unfolded over these 3 years.
The co-location case dates back to 2015 when a whistleblower wrote to SEBI alleging that National Stock Exchange was giving a few high-frequency traders and brokers preferential access to its trading platform. Between 2011 and 2014, under co-location services, some brokers who were trading from the same premises where NSE's algorithmic trading servers were located were able to get faster access to the trading systems, thereby gaining an unfair advantage over others. The whistleblower alleged that some brokers figured out that the way to manipulate the system was by becoming the first to connect to the server, preferably the fastest one.
It's very interesting to understand how this scam came into public domain. A Singapore investor who was trying to access the Indian markets through regular servers was denied. And he turned a whistleblower and he wrote to the SEBI saying about this co-location scam which is happening under the very nose of the market regulator. So the point here is even today the SEBI has not identified as to who has given it the tip-off to unearth this scam.
In March 2016, SEBI's technical advisory panel found lapses in the NSE's system and recommended a probe. Following this, SEBI ordered a forensic audit of NSE systems and the brokerage firms that secured an alleged unfair advantage. In June 2017, SEBI issued its first show cause notice to the NSE and 14 of its executives alleging violation of the Securities Contract Regulations Act and Stock Exchange and Clearing Corporations norms. Then in 2018, the regulator issued its final show cause notice alleging violation of Prevention of Fraudulent and Unfair Trade Practices norms.
Trading is not happening between human beings. It is what is called algorithmic trading. And in this algorithmic trading, trade takes place at the speed of light because that is the fastest pace at which a signal can go. Now this distinction is very important, the speed of light. Why? Because this means that a trader, supposing me today gives an order, it'll, no matter how fast is it, even if it travels at the speed of light, the order will go from me to the exchange and then will go to somebody else for executing the order. But in this case, what will happen is, if the person is not sitting away from the exchange, metaphorically, he is sitting inside the server. If the server itself hosts the brokers, then in the first case, there has to be a 1 second delay because the light will go, it will get reflected to the satellite and then come back. But in this case, when the person is sitting, metaphorically, the computer is sitting in the server of NSE, then there is not even that 1 second delay, and that is actually a huge difference. This sort of an algorithmic trading has become one of the biggest challenges across the world.
Under the NSE co-location facility, trading members can place their servers in the exchange's data center, where they get faster access to the price fed, helping in swift execution of trades. The NSE's co-location facility provides access to brokers for a cost. Greater access means brokers can execute trades faster. The setup of server gives a 10.1 speed advantage in comparison to other brokers. The first to connect to the lowest load server would get advantage in terms of receiving faster data than others. Some people figured out that the way to play the system was to become the first to connect to the server, preferably a server that was the fastest. A server could be the fastest due to lesser load or have the powerful hardware. Some training members also made arrangements with NSE staff who would inform them the time the servers would start and become the first to connect. With inputs from Astha Kulshresht, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, so that's it from us in today's edition of In Depth. You can also watch our program online on YouTube and Twitter. And don't forget to send your feedback and suggestions about our program. Thank you very much for watching.